Hey, History Through Film. This is Miss Corey. Welcome to U3-L6 Intro to Saving Private Ryan. Learning goals. Students will be able to identify the characters and specialized vocabulary for Saving Private Ryan. All right, so who has seen Saving Private Ryan before? All right, so it was made in 1998, and it is very famous because it has very realistic battle scenes. It is historical fiction, so it's not based on one true story, but based on many different accounts kind of squished together. So here is the synopsis of the movie. So Captain John Miller, who's played by Tom Hanks, takes his men behind enemy lines to find Private James Ryan, whose three brothers have been killed in combat. Surrounded by the brutal realities of war while searching for Ryan, each man embarks upon a personal journey and discovers their own strengths to triumph over an uncertain future with honor, decency, and courage. All right. So I am not going to sugarcoat this movie. It is an intense movie. Okay. Especially at the beginning, like fight scene when they land on the D-Day battles. So while you are watching this video, if you ever just need to like close your eyes or just look away from the screen for a second, that's okay because some of the scenes are really bloody and they're kind of hard to watch. The first 30 minutes is the bloodiest. So once you get past that first 30 minutes, it's really not bloody after that. Like there's some scenes, but it's really the worst. It's just the first 30 minutes. All right, so let's talk about some vocab. So D-Day beaches. So the movie starts at the D-Day cemetery. D-Day is the invasion of Nazi-controlled France by the Allies on June 6, 1944. And the Normandy American Cemetery was the cemetery that the movie starts in. It was established right after D-Day. It is located right off of Omaha Beach, which was one of the main beaches during D-Day. About 9,389 U.S. soldiers are buried there. So here's an aerial view of what that cemetery looks like. And as you can see off to the side that the beaches are right there. So again, this is located in France where D-Day took place. Here is another more close-up pictures of the headstones. All right, so this is a structure called a pillbox. Why would pillboxes be useful during combat? I want you to take your best educated guess. Don't say I don't know, just take your best educated guess. All right, so pillboxes. They were first made by Germans in World War I. They are made out of brick or cement, like this one here is probably a mixture of both bricks and then cement probably on the top. It is a small hut with slight openings to fire weapons out of. It is usually built on top of a hill, which means it gives the soldiers inside a better firing range. It is usually camouflaged with paint or with nature. And it is used throughout World War I and World War II, and in some forms today in modern warfare. Dog tags. So that is a way of identifying a soldier. It is used as far back as ancient Sparta. The modern day ones are usually made of metal. They are worn around the neck. There are two tags on this necklace. One is for the survivors to bring with to record the death of someone, and one is to keep on the dead body for identification. And it includes info like their name, their home city, their rank, and what part of the military the soldier is in. Then we have the Czech hedgehogs. So they're a type of metal defense. Sometimes they could also be wood or concrete, but most of the time they are made out of metal, as you can see right here. They're made out of steel beams. They're multi-pointed, as you can kind of see. They're like a weird like cross X shape. They are used for preventing tanks and vehicles from traveling into that territory. And they're fairly useless against foot soldiers because foot soldiers can just kind of like, go right between the gaps. But for vehicles, this is a huge obstacle. POW, that stands for prisoner of war. And this has been happening since the beginning of mankind and the beginning of war. It is when a soldier surrenders or is defeated, and then they are taken away to a war camp as prisoners. Typically, these war camps are terrible living conditions. They usually have little food, very unsanitary, little shelter, and lots of diseases are spreading around. All right, so just to put it in perspective here are 5 prisoner of wars soldiers who are working on a railroad in Burma, Southeast Asia. So as you can see with this picture here, they are not dressed well. They are pretty much just skin and bone. Um, I mean, you can just see their faces, like they look hollow, almost like skeletons. You can see his shoes are falling apart. All right. Then we also have this phrase that comes up a lot during the movie, which is FUBAR. It stands for, well, you can probably guess what that word is: up beyond all recognition. It is a common term used by soldiers in World War II, and it refers to when a situation is out of control. We also have morphine. So, this is a drug made from opium and it dulls the pain senses in the body. It can be injected or it can be taken orally. It was used in first aid kits during World War II. It is a little squeeze bottles with needles. This is an example of what it looks like. So, here's the squeeze bottle here, here's the little needle right here. And it's usually used to help dying soldiers die without pain on the battlefield. So it's kind of like a medicine of last resort. It is still used today on patients with intense pain or if they are dying, like in hospice. All right, now let's talk about some of the characters. So we have Captain John H. Miller. He is the main character of the movie. He leads the group of soldiers to go find Private Ryan, and he's known for his leadership and staying calm during really tough situations. And of course, he is played by Tom Hanks. Then we have Mike Horvath. He's Captain Miller's second in command, is highly trusted by Captain Miller, and is part of Captain Miller's rescue group. Then we have Timothy Upham. He did reporting for the U.S. military, so he actually has no combat experience in this movie, but he was recruited by Captain Miller to join the team because he was fluent in both German and French. He is a very timid man, and he's timid about war and killing people. And he is also part of Captain Miller's rescue group. We also have Stanley Fish Mellish. He is a Jewish soldier. He's very proud of his heritage. He's very witty and clever. He's best friends with Caparzo, who we'll see in the next slide, and he is part of Captain Miller's rescue group. Adrian Caparzo. He is a very experienced soldier. He has a soft spot for the youth affected by the war. He is best friends with Mellish, and he's part of Captain Miller's rescue group. Then we have Daniel Jackson. He's a very talented sniper. He prays before he takes a shot from the rifle, and he is also part of Captain Miller's rescue group. Then we have Irwin Wade. He is the medic on Captain Miller's squad. He will not shy away from treating even the bloodiest of wounds, and he is a part of Captain Miller's rescue group. And then Richard Rubin. He is a soldier who questions the main mission. He gets into conflicts with fellow soldiers, and he is part of Captain Miller's rescue group. And throughout, when I was watching this movie, I was like, is that Ben Affleck? It is not Ben Affleck. It just looked like Ben Affleck. Then we have Private James Francis Ryan. He is a soldier from Iowa. He had 3 other brothers in the military during World War II, and all 3 of them died within a 2-week period. He is a U.S. general, or the U.S. general orders Captain Miller to find Ryan and bring him home since Ryan's other 3 brothers are dead and his mom's heartbroken. The U.S. general is like, you got to get this guy home. At least one of this lady's sons can live. All right, so do you have any questions before we watch SPR? Alrighty, next up, you're going to watch Saving Private Ryan. As you can see here, I chunked it up into 30-minute chunks. Again, just answer the questions directly on the video. If you have any questions, you have comments, you want to learn more, please let me know. I am more than happy to help you out. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.